Alright, this is a follow-up to a video that where I had broken the NC Star RedDot that was on the 12-gauge shotgun. And I think I had someone comment something about on Facebook, because I usually post most of these videos. I share them to my Facebook page. But I had someone talk about, that's what I get for buying cheap Chinese crap or something like that. And my response to him was, exactly, that's exactly right. But what I explained is that a lot of my use of this is what I consider testing purposes, because for a lot of you people that aren't in the industry, but you want to look into possibly purchasing some things for your weapons, you don't know what's good and what's not. And there's a lot of things out there that you don't have to spend, $600 on a RedDot sight to have a decent one for you to go out and plink. But you need to know if you're getting something that is going to break too easy or not. So with this NC Star setup, here's the new box and everything. Bunch of popcorn. It was packaged all right. The thing with NC Star is, and I'll go ahead and full disclosure, I have nothing but good things to say about them as a company. Whenever I originally picked up this, the original one of these RedDots, it was at a gun show, used, and whenever I got it home and everything, I realized it wouldn't adjust properly. I couldn't get it would clamp on, but I couldn't get it to adjust properly. Well, I got to looking and pulled the battery cover off, and someone had taken a Dremel to the inside of it. I guess they were trying to get more adjustment, more range in the adjustment inside of the RedDot, and it was just destroyed. And I called NC Star because I wanted to see how much they would sell me just a lower chassis for. And the guy over at NC Star told me, knowing, and I, full disclosure with him, I told him, I said, I bought it used at a gun show. This is what I found, and he knew all that, and he honored their warranty, had me ship it back to him. He paid for shipping both ways, and they replaced it, gave me a brand new sight. You can't beat that kind of customer service. Now, granted, they know for, no more than they're spending on these things. They know that they're going to end up having to replace some stuff. They're not the greatest in the world. But if you compare it side by side to, say, like a Burris Fast Fire, the basic chassis is the same. What's different is the way they have machined parts of the chassis and the actual hardware that adjusts it. The hardware on these NC Stars is nothing really more than, just some screws and nuts, and I don't know. It's real simple. You get into your more expensive ones, and they are purpose-built, proprietary adjustment features. A lot finer thread pitch, so they hold their zero a lot easier just based off of the thread pitch. The finer the thread pitch, the finer the adjustment, but you also have less chance of the impact from the shooting or being jarred around actually changing the zero, because the threads are more on a level pitch to each other than at much of an angle. If you get thread pitch, a low thread count, or you got a high angle on your threads, just pressure like this can cause them to spin on each other. But if you get real low thread pitch or a high thread pitch where your threads are almost horizontal, whenever you get loading there's not really much of a slope for it to push on. Let's see here. This came with a brand new battery, 2032. It came with 2 Allen keys, the NC Star lifetime warranty certificate, and this is one of the few companies that actually honors and believes in this. I'm going to scroll this through. You guys can stop wherever you want to, if you want to pause and read, kind of get an idea for their policy. Alright, there's that. It comes with a NC Star microfiber cloth, and all this stuff's brand new. I'm going to check out, see if the actual sight is brand new. Right, your instructions. They're decent instructions for no more than you pay for it. A lot of times whenever you get the low-end stuff, you don't get any instructions. Came packaged with silica in there. That's always good. Keep that away from your pets and your children. It appears that the cover itself is new. And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they've just replaced the sight for me. Yep. The sight has been replaced. No battery in it right now, or is there? Oh yeah, they got a battery in there, so the one that they've included is an extra. Let me see if I can find the dot for you guys. There you go. And I mean, it's a fairly clear, crisp, clean dot. Small, you know, but it's like I say, it's a good deal. I definitely enjoy these sights. I've run one of these on an AR in the 45 degree or 11 degree or whatever you want to call it. Your 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock position, your offset 3-gun style to your main optic, and it worked really, really well. I've run them on a shotgun some, but that particular one, just, I don't know, something was in there, had pressures wrong, and it caused it to split. So I'm going to mount this back on the shotgun, and I'm going to take it out and run it the exact same way and see if we have the same problem replicated. See if it was a fluke of that particular one, or if it was something that's more common to the sight itself. So either way, that is NC Star sight. And in all honesty, you know, from the time that let me go ahead and give them a disclaimer. This did not take as long as from the date on the original video to now. I only sent this off. I didn't get off my butt and send it off. It was sent off 2.5 weeks ago, and it's back now. So I don't want anyone to take a look at the difference in the dates of the first video to this video and think it took them that long to get it sent out. They were quite speedy with it. Both times I've had to use them, and so I highly recommend NC Star for that particular reason. They have a lifetime warranty on everything. They are very good about it. Good customer service. And for no more money than you spend on their stuff, it's good stuff. It is not battle ready, but especially things like, you know, you want to put a sight on your 22, or, you know, you just, even if you just want to see if you want to get into a RedDot sight, get one of these. Get an NC Star. They have these for your micro ones, and they've got all different styles. They copy everyone. And so they've got aim point style ones, they got EOTech style ones. I mean, they got whatever you want, and you can at least get into one of their sites, see if it's something that you are going to like. If you halfway like one of these on there, you're going to love whenever you go to an aim point or a Trigicon or an EOTech, or, you know, a Zeiss or whatever it is you upgraded to. And then you've got this one sitting around that you can put on your 22 that you can put somewhere else. I would not recommend mounting this on the slide of a handgun. Although you could use the Burris mount for the Burris Fastfire. It is possible, because you see that there is a seam right here. That seam, it will come loose there and allow you to mount this to one of the Burris adapter plates for a Glock or an M&P or whatever. But I would not recommend this. The absolute cheapest micro RedDot sight that I would recommend you put on the slide of a handgun is the Burris Fastfire number 2. They now have a number 3. You know, the pinnacle of technology there is the Trigicon RMR. You got the Leupold Delta. What is it? Delta, I forgot what it is. Either way, there's a few of them out there. Leupold and Trigicon are pretty much leading it. Now, JP Rifles, JP Precision, they have one as well. It's a very good one. You've got a Doctor, D-O-C-T-E-R, and that's a good one. It's a little bit of an older one, very similar to this, but it's high quality. All those, you would, if you put one of these on there, you're definitely going to have problems with it being on the slide of a handgun. As it is right now, mounting this onto the shotgun, it's just a Picatinny rail. It's fine. It's quick, easy to come off of there. You got 2 Allen keys and it's off of there. On a handgun, you've got to have the adapter plate, especially if you put it on something like a M&P, Smith & Wesson M&P. The rear sight and adapter plate, if you're putting a RedDot sight on, that actually is responsible for keeping your firing pin safety plunger and spring in. And so you're not talking about an easy adaptation. And they do not allow the co-witness of your iron sights. If you were going to do that, you'd have to have suppressor sights anyways, because they're higher up. And ideally, if you do something like that, or if you wanted to go with a RedDot sight on a handgun, I highly recommend you go ahead and get an adapter plate and try it out. See if it's something that you would like. Again, try it out. And if it is, go ahead and spend the extra money and have the slide of your handgun milled and recessed to accept this sight. Because you see how high up this is right here? It's about how far off the top of the slide this sight would be sitting. That means that your barrel is going to be down here and your aim point of the sight is up here. So you've got a big gap there, which means that your zero for elevation is going to change tremendously from 5 yards to 25 yards. In a handgun, you want to be a little bit more precise with that. So if you have the top of your slide machined to where right here where this seam is, that's the part that actually contacts your slide instead of some big adapter. And on some of the deals, they actually machine the slide and recess it to get this even lower. And by doing that, that allows you to co-witness your iron sights, and you can have a lesser distance between your point of aim on your RedDot sight and your bore, and that means that you're going to be more accurate at different distances, and it's just going to be better. It'll be more rigid. Good thing about running a RedDot sight like this on a handgun is you have a big face here. This is part of getting something like a Trijicon RMR to where it's real rugged. Hence the name ruggedized micro dot or whatever it is. It's ruggedized is in the name, but either way, this gives you a big area that you can rack the slide off of, because that's towards the front of the gun. If you one-handed manipulations, you can always put that down onto a table or something and rack your slide with that. A lot of options there. Whenever you're coming over the top, it'll allow you to catch that to rack the slide. The only thing that can hamper you with is you have a stovepipe malfunction. You've got that casing sticking up out of your ejection port. Typical, clearing on that is just to run your hand right over the top, and you knock that out of there, and it'll throw it in the battery. You're ready to go. With this in there, you've kind of got to alter that. You can't come over the top. You kind of got to come in a quicker sweep mode. But that's all easy stuff to take care of. You just change your training a little bit. Either way, just wanted to show you all that, and yeah, I recommend it. And I'm going to be posting a video pretty soon, within a few weeks, of this on the shotgun, and see how it holds up. Thanks for watching.